Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to learn how to make this toy train body just like the one seen here. Let's go ahead and get started. Come on up to File and New Design. Let's go ahead and create a sketch on the XY plane. And I'm going to grab my 2-point center rectangle here. So grab a center rectangle and we're going to drag out a rectangle with the dimensions of, well, we want the highlighted blue area to be 0.875. So I'm going to type that in. I'm going to hit Tab. And I want that distance to be 2. And I'm going to hit Enter. Now I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you guys can see. Okay, I'm going to grab my circle tool, and somewhere right around here, actually, I want it to be in line with this. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to move my mouse straight up, and I'm going to drag out a circle with a radius of 0.75. So I'm going to type in 0.75 times 2 because I need the diameter, and it's giving me the radius in the assignment. Enter. And let's use our vertical constraint to make sure that is vertical with that. Now let's go ahead and grab our dimension tool, and we want the center of our circle from the bottom of our square here to be a distance of 1.375. Enter. I'm going to hit escape to take me out of dimension mode here. I'm going to grab my trim tool, and I'm going to trim all this stuff up, even my construction lines here. Okay, and I'm going to hit escape again. I'm going to finish my sketch, and I'm going to extrude this guy out a distance of, according to our dimensions, 5.5 minus 1.75. Okay, and that should give me the right length. Go ahead and hit OK. Alright, now we're going to start a sketch right here on this face. Okay, and I'm going to grab my circle tool here, and I'm going to drag out a circle with, I'm just going to go ahead and click it, and I'm going to grab my dimension tool here, and I want it to be, I need the diameter, but the assignment dimensions give me the radius. So I want this to be the radius times 2, and in this case the radius is 2.35, so 2.35 times 2, enter. Okay, I'm going to go ahead now up to my line tool. Alright, and right here I'm just going to draw a line straight up. Make sure it's perfectly straight. Okay, do the same thing here. And then I'm going to connect these 2 points. Okay, I'm going to hit escape, and now I'm going to come back to my trim tool, and I just want to trim that outside part there. Okay, and once you have that done, okay, you're good to go. Let's go ahead and finish our sketch. And we're going to extrude that guy out. Click there and click there. A distance of 1.75. Go ahead and hit enter. Okay, let's go ahead and save it before we get too far. So I'm going to call it Train 2.0 since I've already made one of these guys. I've actually made a lot more than 2 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Now we're going to create this cutout sort of notch feature along the side. So we're going to start a sketch here on the side. Alrighty. And I'm going to draw a circle out somewhere in this kind of area over here. And once again, it gives me radiuses, and I need the diameter. So in this case, the radius is 5. So I'm going to draw out a circle with a dimension of 1. Okay, enter, and I want it to be from here to here. I want that distance to be 1.75. Okay, and now I'm going to grab my line tool. I'm going to start here. I'm going to come straight up, and I'm going to click on the tangent part of the circle, and I'm going to come straight across to here. And you should get a tangent constraint there if you did everything right. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other side now. Down here, start here, come straight down, click, and then across, click. Okay. And now we need to dimension those lines, and we want these dimensions here, I believe, to be 0.25. And that's right. Now we're good. Let's go ahead and trim some of this stuff here. And then finally we need to close our loop. We need to go there with our line tool and down to there. Okay. And we're going to hit escape. And we're going to go ahead now and finish our sketch, and we're going to extrude that guy. We're going to cut it all the way across. I'm just going to drag the arrow out all the way across. Go distance to all. Hit OK. Okay, starting to look like our train body here. Alright, now we're going to create the axle peg holes right here on the side here. So I'm going to make a sketch there on the side. Okay, and I'm going to do a create. I'm going to make a point. Oh, let's make a point. Let's see here, right in this area. And I'm going to dimension that point to be 1 inch from this edge. And I want to dimension to be 1 inch, or excuse me, not 1 inch, 0.5 inches from the bottom here, bottom edge. I want to hit enter. Okay, I'm going to now finish my sketch. Okay, and I'm going to create a threaded hole for this. So I'm going to click on hole. Alright, and I want to make sure it's a simple hole, and I want it to be tapped. Okay, and we want an angle hole. So let's see here. And then I'm going to click on that point. Okay, make sure you click on the point. I almost forgot there. Alright, and we want these to be size. We want them to be 0.25 quarter 20 UNC right hand threads. Okay, and those holes should have a depth of, let's see here, 0.875. Okay. Alright, and that should do it. Let's go ahead and hit OK. And if you did everything correctly, you should see some nice little threads in there. Okay, so you can screw in the axles. Okay, now we're going to add a couple planes here. So I'm going to do a mid plane here. I'm going to click on this face. I'm going to hold down shift in my mouse wheel so I can rotate it around. I'm going to click on that face, and that'll give me a plane right here in the middle, which is exactly what I want. And we're going to do the same thing. Again, we're going to construct a mid plane, but we're going to click one here, hold down shift in your mouse wheel, rotate around, and we're going to click on this face. So you have two planes going right down the middle, and I'm going to hit OK here. Okay. Alright. And now we're going to go ahead and mirror this axle here a couple of different ways. So we're going to go to create, mirror, select the feature here, and then we're going to click select, and we're going to select the plane and make sure this says optimized and hit OK. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing. Again, we're going to mirror these two holes. We're going to select our features here, that one and that one. Select our mirror plane, this guy this time. Make sure it says optimized and hit OK. Okay, and now let's go ahead where it says construction here. Let's take the visibility of these planes off. Alright, so now we're going to make the hole on top for our train stack to go in. So we're going to come on over here and we're going to construct, let's see here, a tangent plane is what we want, I believe. So go ahead and select that, click on that, and then click on this surface, and then hit OK. Yep, and we got our plane right on the top here, and that's exactly what we want. Now let's start a sketch on that plane. Okay. I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to grab my point tool here, and I'm going to try to find the center point, and I'm going to come right up all the way here, and I'm going to click and make a point somewhere in this area. I'm going to hit escape, and I just want to make sure it is okay, lined up vertical with one another. And now I want to go ahead and dimension this point here from this side to be a distance of 0.875. Okay, and that's it for this sketch. Let's finish our sketch. Now there are points there, we can make a hole. Let's click there. Okay, and we want our hole to not be tapped, simple hole, and we're going to change that there to a distance of, we want the diameter to be 0.5, and we want the depth here to be 0.25. And we want it to have a drilled point here. Okay, and just use the default setting and hit OK. Alright, now we got to make these little holes in the front here, so we're going to start a sketch here on the front. Okay, and I'm going to once again just grab our points, and I'm going to just kind of place them randomly. Oh, somewhere like here, here, and here. Okay, I want to dimension these bottom ones from the bottom here. I want those to be 0.125. Same thing here, 0.125. Okay, and then, so from this side to this side, we want that distance now to be 0.375. And then this hole, from this side, we want this distance to be 1.625. Okay, and now this center hole, okay, from this edge, we want it to be 1 inch. And then from the bottom edge, we want it to be 0.625. Okay, and that ought to do it. I'm going to go ahead now and finish our sketch. And we're going to go ahead and throw our little holes on there. So I'm going to click here, click there, and click there. All right, and we want these holes to be very small, simple holes with a diameter and a depth of 0.125. And give them a drill point again and hit OK. Alright, and the next thing we want to do now is flip our train around here on the back and start a sketch here. So we're going to come on over here, start a sketch there. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a bit. We're going to make a point, and we're going to set it, somewhere in this area. Actually, you know what? Come to our origin and just come right down. Okay, hit escape and dimension this guy to be 0.375 or 3/8 from the bottom edge. Okay, 0.375, and then 1 inch from that side, and we're good. Let's go ahead now and finish our sketch, and we're going to add the hole here, and we're going to make this hole here have a depth of 0.5 and a diameter of 0.25, and then hit OK. Alright, looks good. Alright, and the last thing we want to do is to round all edges with a radius of 0.1. So we're going to come on up here, grab our fillet tool, and we're just going to start clicking on every edge that we see, and every edge. Okay, it's easy to forget one, so be careful. Go around and just start clicking even that edge, 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 and our bottom edge here. Okay, that edge, that edge, that edge, that edge, that edge, that edge, and don't forget that one, and then, and that one, It's easy to forget. So double check, look around, make sure they're all selected. Okay, and then type in a fillet of 0.1 and hit enter. Okay, and if you forget one, you can always add one later. Okay. All right, and the final thing we want to do is just give it a material here. So we're going to come on over to physical material, and we're going to assign it a material of oak wood, at least in my class. So we're going to come on over here to wood. Keep going down until you find oak red and drag it over, and there we go. Hit close. Okay. All right, and when you're done, don't forget to save it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. In our next videos, we'll continue to make more train parts and eventually assemble it. We'll see you next time.